Right, so I'm doing a quick test stream here because last time I tried to stream, everything has crashed. So I'm not gonna announce this one in the Discord. I'm just gonna do a test stream. So let's see if the stream is actually live before I start. Well, it doesn't really matter because it's just a test stream. So I'm gonna take a quick look at Bitcoin, BTC, USD on Bitstamp. So with this latest move, I figured it would be a good idea to share my thoughts on price action. So just a quick overview. I start off by looking at the monthly. So one thing that really stands out to me here is the fact that we actually came down and tapped the midpoint of the RLC almost perfectly, and we did close below the yellow 21 exponential here, but it's not really, I mean, it's fairly close. So we are trading above the yellow 21 exponential and have had a very nice bounce of the midpoint of the RLC. So if this is the reversal, we will probably look back at this chart and say, you know, in hindsight, like, this was pretty obvious. But we're still, as you can see, in a monthly downtrend. And one interesting fact here is this horizontal right here is the midpoint of this monthly candle right here. So 8821.78 here is the midpoint of the October monthly candle. And as you guys remember, in October we had the China pump, right? And basically the low here and the high here is the whole China pump for about 40%. So the midpoint, the EQ of this candle is also the 50% retracement level. So obviously a level to keep your eyes on. And as you can see, this latest monthly candle here, this pump we're pumping right now. So we're just tapping that EQ right now. So yeah, let's keep that in mind when we start looking at the weekly. So this yellow line here is the weekly 21 exponential, and looking at price action here, you can see that the yellow 21 exponential is you know, a pretty good indicator of if we're bullish or bearish, basically. So we started closing above it here, bounced off it, and yeah, basically when we're above the yellow 21 exponential, usually that means we're bullish, and when we start closing below, usually that means we're bearish. And what's happening right now is we kind of bounced above on the weekly, and we traded out of this range here and went straight through this consolidation area right here. So I would not really look for any longs at this current price area right here, because we are at the, you know, the 50% level of the China pump. So and as you can see, it's clearly a resistance area right here. So longing here would be longing resistance in a high time frame downtrend, which is a very, very, very bad idea. Do not long resistance. You're a bad trader if you're long a resistance. Long support, sell resistance. So let's take a look at the, let's put on the moving averages here. The 55, the 100, and the 200 simple. So yeah, let's look at the daily. So on the daily, this level right here becomes even more obvious. We are right at resistance. So if I were to long, I would probably look at this area right here for a re-entry. If you miss this pump, I would look at this area for a re-entry, and or if we start closing above this area, you could probably make a trade up towards this high time frame resistance. But you should probably expect heavy resistance at this white line, which is the 200 simple moving average, which also, you know, gets price action pretty well. So yeah, on the weekly, you can clearly see that we are still creating lower highs, and you know what that means. If you have lower lows and lower highs, you're in a downtrend. And I can't be bullish on Bitcoin if we're in a weekly downtrend, because when Bitcoin is in a weekly downtrend, it's bearish. So as long as we start closing above this area right here, the 9.6 area, 9.6k, I'm not going to be very bullish on Bitcoin. But on the medium time frame, I'm definitely bullish, and I think we might start ranging in this area here. So on the low to medium time frame, I would be interested in taking a long down here, taking profits up here, or the 200 simple moving average, and finally up here. This would be my final take profit. And if we start closing above this area, that's like, for me, that's full bull mode. Bull mode. Man, I can't speak, so so yeah, looking at this chart right here, I mean, it's, if this is the reversal we've all been waiting for, in hindsight, we will probably look at this chart and tell ourselves, like, it was pretty obvious, right? We bounced off the midpoint of the RLC, confident with strong historic support, and we bounced off the YAL 21 exponential, which is a really good indicator of price action, especially on the monthly. And yeah, so if we continue this type of price action right here, I think we're going to see Bitcoin at much higher prices in 2020. But remember, there's no need to FOMO right now, because the current price action on the higher time frames is, in my opinion, still bearish. We're still in a high time frame downtrend. So remember that. Don't get all FOMOing in here. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Everything seems to be working. Nothing has crashed, so I think I might be able to do a couple of more live streams for you guys. So I guess you could see this as a short little sneak peek for what's to come. So yeah, have a great Thursday, everyone. God damn it, it's Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, have a great Tuesday, everyone. And I think I'm going to bed because it's pretty late here and I'm very, very tired. It's been a long day. Take care, guys.